You know, we've done a lot of stories about white supremacist teachers just being blatantly racist toward our black children. Well, we have another white supremacist teacher. Now, she wants to talk about the Louisiana Purchase, and she wanted the black kids to act out being slaves, and the white kids just act like they're the noblemen. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Mika DeRozan says last week her son's sixth grade class was learning about the Louisiana Purchase, but that things took a bad turn when the teacher allegedly called the African American students to the front of the room to act like slaves for a skit.
Why wouldn't she have asked for volunteers, or why would she not have included any student of any race to just go up in front of the class to pretend?
DeRozan says white kids in the class were then asked to play noblemen. The concerned mother says she immediately called the school to let them know what her son told her.
The principal apologized to me. She explained to me that she told the teacher you can't single out a group of children based on their race.
According to the Stanton mom, things got worse from there. On Monday, DeRozan says her son walked into class only to find a picture from the film Roots on the projector. Her son claims the teacher then asked the students whether the African American actor could be played by a white man.
She went on to say exactly my point. For those of you that I offended, I apologize, but I want you to understand that my reason for calling you up as African Americans is because you better fit the role of a slave. She still wanted to make herself right. You can't right your wrong.
She says she has called the NAACP and wants other parents to express their concerns.
It's actually more than just my son. The other kids in her other classrooms, they were just as hurt as my son was.
Now, this woman was suspended upon investigation. That's what's going on with her right now. Her name is Susan Story. She's been teaching there for a very long time. She's the only female history teacher, because there are actually two teachers that teach history in the sixth grade at that school. That's what I looked up with their school's website. But, you know, you have a lot of these white supremacists teaching our children, and it's like they have a slavery wet dream when they sit there and watch those kind of movies. They want to live in the slavery South. They want to reenact that. They love those movies, 12 Years a Slave, Roots, and everything else. But it's quite funny they didn't like The Birth of a Nation, because black people actually stood up and actually attacked them and killed them to try to fight for their freedom. Notice they didn't promote that movie. They didn't love that movie at all. But all the rest of them, they just love it, watching black people being subjugated, beaten, tortured, and raped. And make sure you go out and buy The Birth of a Nation. It's out right now to purchase on Blu-ray and DVD. There are different people in African nations, and the UK and other ones were saying they couldn't see the movie, but now you can buy it on your own now. So make sure you buy that movie and support that brother. But continuing. This woman was doubling down on her white supremacy and said that they better suited to be slaves. No, actually, you're better suited to be in a cave. That's where you belong, and I don't know why you're teaching children. I read also a review on this woman that says that she don't like doing her job, that she shouldn't even be teaching anymore. And obviously, it makes sense based upon this story. But this is why we, as the black community, we need to unify. We need to create schools for our children. I am sick and tired of hearing white supremacists subjugating our children. I've even gotten emails from teenagers that told me that they actually learn more about history from me. They have learned from their teachers, and their teachers are constantly telling them that slavery wasn't that bad. Like, number one, they always tell us we wasn't a slave, so how do they know it wasn't bad and they wasn't a slave either? And if anybody has some common sense and do some research, who wants to go through that crap? Nobody. But that's what these people feel. That's their white supremacy that's within them. They carry that mess like inheritance. And that by now, I say this is a pattern with them that do this sort of thing. Because how is it that you keep doing the same things you were doing back in the 50s, 60s, and so on? We just got to admit that at this point, because one thing that Donald Trump is doing, he's bringing back that old school white supremacy, and I'm glad he's doing it, because now it's time to call them out as well. Either you're going to side with the right side of people, or you're going to side with racism and white supremacy. It's your choice. If you enjoy the content and the information that we provide, consider supporting us on Patreon at a minimum of $5 a month. We're trying to raise 3,000 patrons, and on Patreon you get exclusive information, access to hosts, and also you can message me at any time and I'll respond to the patrons a lot faster than anywhere else. Also, for any patrons that's in the New York City area, we will have a meet and greet. We're probably going to schedule that around February 11th or so. Once we have it knocked down in ice, then we will definitely give out the address to where that's going to take place. Now, some people may say, well, shoot, I would like to go to the meet and greet, become a patron for a minimum of $5, and we would definitely see you there if you live in the New York area, because we have to give our patrons incentive for being on Patreon, and that's one way we could do it with meet and greets. So let me know what you think about the story. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe to my news stories.